Hello, friends. Welcome. Welcome, dear ones. So good to see you. I'm gonna give folks a few more minutes to jump on. And in the meantime, I will encourage you, if you have not already, grabbed a nice glass of water, maybe a little cup of tea. I've got all the beverages as per usual. And if you don't have a piece of paper or a journal and a pen, you're gonna want that. If you like colors, you might want 3 different colors of pens. This is totally optional. Hi, loves. Happy new moon. Hello, dear ones. Also, I'm going to put in the chat a few little prompts for you. I would love to hear where you are coming from. And 2 words to describe 2020 for you, your experience of 2020. And then 2 words for how you desire to feel moving into 2021. So you can pop that in the chat. Welcome, dear ones. Welcome. So happy you're here. And if you're just popping on, we're giving a few minutes for folks to grab water, tea, anything you might need or want for the sound bath to be comfortable. And there's also a few prompts there in the chat. Where are you? 2 words for describing this year of 2020, and 2 words for how you want to desire, for how you desire to feel, maybe how you want to desire, moving into 2021. Oh, so many people I love are here. Hi, loved ones. Hi, Anahita. Hi, Angela. Hi, Britt. So good to see you here and feel you here, even though I can't see your faces. Hi, Caitlin. Katarina joining us from Hawaii. Aw. Hi, Danny, love. So good to have you here. Aw. Yay. Helena and Karen and Gail. Lauren. Hi, Lauren. Wow, what a blessing. So many beautiful people here with us. What a blessing. Thank you for spending your new moon evening with me. I'm so delighted to be here. Okay, we got some things coming in. Okay, Sandy, 2020, God awful. Okay, 21, hopeful, not hateful. Okay. And, thank you, Sandy, for being first and for being a permissionary, for really being honest and real here. I don't want to attach, these are not leading questions, by the way. These are actually just curious questions, and we've all had very different experiences of this year. So I truly am curious to hear how it has been for you, my loves. Katarina, grateful and nervous, okay, and strong and feminine. Ooh, I love that. Yes, beautiful. Hi, Karen, love, evolutionary and intense. Boom. Yes, ditto on that. Empowered and trusting. I love that. Yeah. Lauren, 2020 brought me pause and deep healing. Oh, me too, sister. Pause, the deep healing from the pause. That, I really got that download for sure. Hi, Natalie, Crescent City, love that. Love Crescent City, special place in my heart for NorCal. Confused and unrooted, I totally get it. And 2021, clear and stable. Okay, I love that. Slowed down, yep. And light and in purpose. I love that. I love in purpose rather than on purpose. Yes, very good, very good. Anxiety and friends. Okay, well, those are good to have in tandem together. And 2021, emptying to fill. Beautiful, beautiful. Love that. Blessed be. Blessed be. Well, I am so delighted to be here with you all. Thank you. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being here with one another. I know you all can only see me, and while I wish I could see all your faces, sometimes this Zoom webinar mode is a bit more streamlined and a bit less distracting for all of you. And really, my intention here tonight is to offer you a safe space, a brave space, a comfortable space where you can be completely yourself. So I put on a little bit of makeup, but you don't have to. You can just be, however you perfectly are right now, and cozy in your home to receive this new moon and amazing solar eclipse day moving into winter solstice ritual and sound bath. So it is my hope that it is my intention that you can receive this deeply, given the privacy of not having to be seen, not having to be heard, simply getting to exist and bear witness to your own process, and also be here in community. So know that I am holding you, and know that we are all holding one another in this beautiful sacred container. Beautiful. Welcome, dear ones. This is such a blessing. And thank you for sharing everything that you've shared in the chat. It's very helpful for me. And I am also a real word geek, so I love to hear and see the words that we would all pick out to describe this initiation of 2020 is how I've been thinking about it. And I'm so grateful to be here and hold this container together in this energy for moving into something new. So most of you I know quite well. And for those of you who don't know me very well, my name is Britta. I go by Britta GreenViolet, and I am in Santa Barbara, California. 2020 for me, to answer the prompts as well. If you're just joining us, there's a couple prompts in the chat. Where are you coming from? 2 words for 2020 and 2 words for 2021. So 2020 for me was, I have to echo what I think Lauren said, I will say healing in the pause. That's more than 2 words. That's 4 words, but I'm going to go with it. And 2021, deep listening is what's coming to me in this moment. Deep listening for where I'm being called and where we're being called. And if you haven't been to any of my offerings before, welcome. And I've got a plan for tonight, and we'll see where it goes, because this is a space for play. It's a space for curiosity. Know that you are held here, and please make yourself comfortable. If you can't hear me at any point in time, please type into the chat. If it's really loud at any point in time, please type that into the chat. I will be talking and sharing some music from my computer while we're doing a little writing prompt, and then we'll go into a sound bath portion and I'll be playing instruments. So hopefully I've done a good sound check for you all, and please feel free to let me know via the chat if you can't hear me. So when something I was thinking about that I wanted to share about 2020 is what I had intended at the beginning of this year was to step into what I was thinking of as the archetype of the Jedi priestess. Yes, I'm a total Star Wars geek and fantasy geek, and that I'm into it. And really, the Jedi priestess came to me and continues to come to me because I believe that the Force is really such a great metaphor and analogy that's not a metaphor. It's actually, that is the way that the world works. And we all have this beautiful life force energy flowing through us. And so the question is, how do you wield yours? Right? How do you wield your force? How do you utilize it? And I see it all as energy. I see it all as energy. And something else that I really love, I mentioned being a word geek, and something else I love from the Star Wars mythology is the phrase that's so often quoted by Yoda, which is, do, there is no try. And this is something that we're going to be talking about a bit more tonight around what are you moving into, and not what are you trying to move into, but what are you actively moving into? What are you consciously, actively, intentionally stepping forward into? And so that's my intention for tonight, to hold this container for you to glimpse the pieces from this year that you're letting go and the pieces to come and how you're stepping into that. And may it be that we can step into that with grace, right? With grace and forgiveness and being gentle on ourselves in the wake of such an intense year for so many people. So really my work, as I'm coming to find, my work has taken many different avenues. And I used to be like 50 or 60 pounds heavier than I was. I was terrified to sing. I didn't make music at all. And now I feel good in my body and I make a lot of music very publicly, and I'm a teacher of many different avenues. And what I'm really discovering about the heart of my work is that what I'm really interested in, my mission, if you will, is to harmonize the fact that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And you've probably heard that catchphrase before. And really what that means on a deeper level is that we are beings of non-duality. We are beings who are non-dual. We in spirit, in the fullness of our truth, we transcend that, and yet we live in a world of duality. So how to be at peace with that? How to be at peace with that as we go through our lives? That's really my work. Just that. It's just nothing. It's no big deal. So harmonizing with that dichotomy, right? That tension, and almost finding a playfulness in it, being curious, being willing to move around and find our place in this body, in the world. And then, of course, being flexible enough, not just in our physical body, but in our mind and in our emotions and in our willingness, right? Being flexible enough to move and change with life as life moves us around, which this year, such a great example that it does. Life will just usher us actually wherever it wants us to be. So we have very little control, as it turns out. So this night tonight, this offering is really an attunement for you. So let's tune you up, shall we? I also want to speak just a moment to courage, because I called this gathering, this circle, this council, cultivating courage. So why would I call it that? Well, courage is absolutely, without a doubt, my number one core value. And I see courage as 100% necessary for being who we want to be in the world, for creating the world that we want to see. That is going to take a lot of courage. And even to bear witness to everything that is happening within us and without us, that also takes courage. So part of what we're doing tonight is creating a space where I'm inviting you to feel it all, feel everything that wants to pass through you. And I call that being a permissionary. That's a term from one of my mentors, Lawrence Cole. And what I find with courage is that it works really well as permissionaries. So when we act from a place of courage, those around us witness it and they see it, and courage is catching. So I invite you to simply hold that seed in your heart tonight. And you don't even have to know where it's going to go or where it's going to end up, but know that the root of the word courage is kur, which is heart. So this is a seed that lives in your heart. That's where it's going to bloom. That's where it's going to flourish. That's its home. And you can always, always find it there. And we're here on the new moon to talk about cultivating courage and stepping into this new iteration of ourselves, because the new moon is such a fabulous time to start anew. So some of you probably are very well versed with this. If you're not well versed with this, this was actually a big year. I've been playing with moon cycles for a long time, but I have to say this was also a big year for me of understanding in a deeper way how we can really harness the power of nature into our lives to help us navigate the river and the currents, right? So as we're being pushed around and as we're allowing life and nature to have her way with us, there is also this beautiful way that we can move with the seasons and with nature. And so having a ritual on the new moon is one way that I love doing that. The new moon is like the archetypal winter that happens on a monthly basis. So we get to go into this place of rebirth, this place of darkness and hibernation and the new dawning. So that's why we're here on the new moon, because it's really the optimal time to reflect and assess and vision for our lives and for that which we would desire in ourselves and outside of ourselves. And lastly, the sound bath that I'm going to pull together for you all is to, as I said, to tune you up and to really give you a space. We're going to do a little bit of writing, a little bit of exploration. And then the sound bath is going to be intended to help you simply let yourself come into that place of harmony, come into that place of allowance, of releasing any resistance that you still might be feeling, even from months ago, right? So the new moon, again, is such a beautiful time to ride that current of newness and freshness and rebirth. And we're really going to harness that. And then we're going to allow the sound bath and the beautiful sound currents to calm your nervous system, because we all need that constantly and definitely this year. And really allow those places in you that feel a bit dissonant with your vision to settle. And so when we get there, I'll say a bit more about it, but just know that there's nothing you need to know, there's nothing you need to do during the sound bath. It's simply a time for you to receive and to allow the music and the vibrations and the frequencies to wash over you and wash clean and refresh and baptize you in whatever ways that your inner wisdom tells you are needed. So we're going to begin with just a bit of embodiment because I always like to start there, and then we'll move into a little bit of writing, and then we'll move into the sound bath portion. So right now I want to invite you, if you're not sitting somewhere comfortably on the floor, or if you're on a bed, that's fine too. And I'll invite you to sit up, and we're going to do a bit of breath and a bit of movement. So if you're sitting, you can gently move the flesh of your seat out of the way so that you can really feel your sits bones under you. You can sit on a cushion or a bolster, whatever feels good. And sitting up nice and tall. And let's begin by simply feeling the length in your spine. Feeling from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your skull, the crown of your head. Maybe playing just a bit with the tilt of your chin, finding your chin parallel to the floor. And taking a few breaths here with your spine nice and long. Breathing in through the nose. Big sigh out. Yeah, another one of those. Nice. And then I'll invite you to bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart over your lungs. And I want to invite you to take a breath into your heart center, into your heart chakra where your lungs live. Big breath there. Yeah, and one more, really feeling it. You should feel the breath pressing into your hand. Nice, beautiful. And then same thing with the hand on your belly. Take a big breath all the way down into your belly. See if you can feel the breath pressing against this hand. Nice. One more. Beautiful. And then let's take one or two more breaths, and we won't focus too much on the belly or the lungs. What I want you to focus on instead is envisioning all four directions of your core, your front, your back, and both sides of your body. And taking one or two or three deep breaths and seeing if you can feel the breath expanding out in all directions, in all dimensions. Give it a try. Nice. Seeing if you can feel it in your back and the sides of your ribs. Beautiful. One more. Excellent. And you can go ahead and drop your hands to the tops of your thighs and drop one ear to one shoulder and take a few slow, gentle neck rolls. Chin comes down to the heart, to the chest, and then coming up to the other side. And pause here. Don't take your neck back. Just simply come back down. and to the other side. So you're taking some gentle half moon neck rolls. Go ahead and close your eyes. Deep breaths. A few more. And you can let out a big sigh out of your mouth. That goes for any time this evening. You can let out a big audible sigh, a big ha sound. And then bringing your head back up, take a few rolls back in space with your shoulders, up, back, and down. Nice. And then leaving the hands on your thighs, we're going to take some seated cat-cows. So we'll inhale the chest forward, the shoulders back and down. If you want to lift your chin, you can. You can also keep your chin parallel. And then exhale, rounding the back, dropping the chin to the chest. Nice big deep breaths with your own breath. You don't have to go with me. Let your breath be strong enough and loud enough that you can hear it, that you're really tuning in with it. Part of tuning in with the new moon is tuning in with our bodies, tuning in with this earthly body, this sacred ground upon which we live. Maybe take one more. Nice. And then if you've got space, we'll place a hand down to the side and we'll take a nice side stretch into your left or right side, whichever side you took first. You can move that bottom hand out. Couple deep breaths into the intercostal muscles. It should feel really nice and juicy. If you're injured at all, or if you have limited mobility, please take care of yourself. Go only as far as your body wants, and that's part of the wisdom of the breath. The breath will let you know how far you can go. And then inhale up, and we'll take the other side, up and over. Big breaths. Breathing into your armpit, breathing into the ribs. Making it feel really good for your body, whatever that looks like for you. And inhale, coming back up. Beautiful. Give yourself a little shake. Shake out the shoulders. And inhale, stretching the arms up. You can interlace the fingers, flip the hands toward the sky. Couple big breaths. Feeling the length from your hips all the way up to your shoulders, to your armpits. And take one more big breath. And then big sigh out as you sweep the arms down. Yeah. Bring your hands to your jaw. Give your jaw a little massage. Yeah, you can use the sides of your fingers into your jaw or even your knuckles. Oh yeah, and see if you can find a tender spot. I bet you can. We hold so much tension in the jaw. And as a singer, this is something that has become a regular practice for me, something that I always start with all my singers, all my students and my choir members. We always start with a jaw massage. Oh yeah, it's so good. Some downward motions. If you found a really tender spot, you can hang out there, take a few deep belly breaths. Oh yeah, it's good. Back of the neck, base of the spine, the occiput. Give yourself a little massage there. You can take a big sigh out. You can flutter the lips. Relax your face. Let your face go. Maybe give the rest of your scalp a little love. Maybe give your hair a little pull at the roots. And then a little love on the backs of your shoulders too. Deep breaths. Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of breath work before we go into our inquiry for tonight. It's just gonna be nice and short. This is called a square breathing. Probably a lot of you know it already. And it is called square or box breathing because it's an equal count on the inhale and then the hold and then the exhale and then the hold of the breath out. So we'll start with a count of 4 and we'll do 4 a couple times and then I'll work us up and we might go as high as 6 or 8. We'll see. We'll just feel into it. So let's take a big deep breath, just normal. In through the nose, out through the nose. And one more of those, in through the nose. Out through the nose. Good. And then inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale in through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, nose. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, nose. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let it go. Let your eyes be closed. Notice how you feel. Simply noticing, observing the state of your body, the state of your mind. And gently fluttering open your eyes. Okay, we're going to move into a little writing prompt, and I wanted to share this concept that one of my mentors shared with me early in the year, and this has come back recently, and I've really been thinking a lot about it, and perhaps that's because we're moving into winter. But it's the idea of creation, maintenance, and destruction. And as this concept was taught to me, which is a very ancient concept relating back into ancient symbolism, ancient archetypes, ancient religions and deities and creation stories. Creation, maintenance, and destruction are the three main forces in the universe. So I started out talking about the force, right? Prana, chi, life energy, right? Whatever you want to call it, your life force energy, kausai. So there are these three archetypal forces: creation, maintenance, and destruction. And let's go through those, because I find this really helpful to reflect upon, especially when we're changing seasons, and of course using the new and the full moon as well. So creation, right? The universe loves creation. Creation is birth. The universe obviously favors creation, right? And we feel that. We see it in nature. We feel it in ourselves. And in the act of creation, there is also this sense of destruction, right? From destruction comes creation. From death comes birth, comes rebirth. So we get this sense already just with creation that we are in a cycle here, right? Creation doesn't just stand alone on its own. So I've been thinking a lot about the chrysalis, right? And the butterfly. So this is a beautiful example. You have the birth of the caterpillar, you have the life of the caterpillar, you have the caterpillar creating the chrysalis and completely melting down, like complete destruction, complete meltdown, and then creation of the butterfly, life of butterfly, death of butterfly. So that is a beautiful example of this creation, maintenance, destruction. Now, what's really interesting to note is that the universe favors creation over maintenance. And this is where I think it gets really interesting because we humans, we really like maintenance. Like we like to maintain. We like the status quo. We don't actually like change very much, most of us, right? We get a little uncomfortable. And really helpful to know that that's because maintenance is uncomfortable. That's because we're not supposed to maintain anything for very long. The universe favors creation and favors destruction over maintenance. Maintenance is a passing phase. So, whenever we are in this place of feeling stagnant or stuck or bored or plateaued, right? That's actually a really good indication that we are trying to maintain something that wants to die so that it can be reborn. And this goes back to Yoda and the wisdom of the Jedi, right? There is no try. There is only do. There is no try. So what I find with myself is when I think about maintenance, there is a try there. It's like I'm trying to maintain something. So often I think this is important to note because when we are trying to maintain, we often start to feel like we're failing. And it's like, why can't I maintain? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with this project? What's wrong with us? And helpful to simply know that the universe doesn't want us to maintain, it wants us to create, period. And this is that beautiful reminder too of control, that this isn't about us controlling everything. And in fact, we don't have any control, really. So again, all we have to do is look at nature, right? The apples don't just stay on the trees. The apples are beautiful and bountiful. Summer is such a beautiful season of that harvest, right? But then fall comes and it is harvest time, and then leaves start to fall, fruit starts to decay. It is the end. It's the end of the maintenance, right? So it's a good reminder again that when you're feeling a trying, that is often an indicator that you are efforting to maintain something that actually wants to come to an end or be reborn in some way. And then we get to destruction, right? Which is the inevitable. And let's welcome it. And it really is just like winter, this is a necessary part of the cycle. And in the wintertime, one of the things that gardeners and farmers do is they prune, right? They prune back the trees. And I wanted to bring this through because I've been meditating a lot on the symbol of the sword, and that we think of the sword so often as a symbol of violence. And it also serves as a symbol of fierce love, right? It is required that we prune the trees in order for them to be healthy, to cut off the dead limbs, the dead parts of ourselves, so that new growth can come through. And just like we do this with our trees, so too with our energy, so too with our projects, so too with our visions. So often it's also helpful to know that when we are in that place of moving through destruction, that's often when we need some support, right? So thank you for showing up here tonight. This is a great example of getting some peer support, getting some inspiration, getting some momentum, getting some mentorship, right? Reading some new books, getting new information, taking a course, getting something to help you push through that phase of discomfort from maintenance into destruction. So we destroy the old so the new may be created. There is a maintenance that happens. It's short-lived, helpful to remember, so that it can all start over again. And we're often so busy trying to maintain that we forget to really enjoy. We forget to enjoy the creation. And we forget to welcome the destruction so that we can create again. So we're going to play with this a little bit. So grab your piece of paper. And what I invite you to do is take your paper lengthwise or widthwise, I suppose, and you're going to make 3 columns. And at the top of the left side, you're going to write creation. And in the middle, you're going to write maintenance. And then at the end, you're going to write destruction. And we're going to spend not very long, like 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. And I want to invite you to simply write, to go through these areas, creation, maintenance, destruction, and just do a brainstorm of what is being created, what's new, what's blossoming in your life. What are you trying to maintain? What are you holding on to? What do you have a sense that like, I don't know, like it's just kind of status quo? And then what is dying or what wants to die? So spend a few minutes, start writing, and definitely think about the different corners of your life. So friendships, relationships, studentship, education, study, creativity, career, finances, your home, your lifestyle, your body, your vitality, your spiritual practices, right? Anything that arises, write it down. And this, from this place, we're starting this process of reflection and assessment. And this is going to serve us in terms of moving forward with our vision. So I'm going to play a little bit more music. I'm going to give you about 6 minutes to go ahead and write creation, maintenance, and destruction. One more minute. One more minute. Finding a good stopping point in the next 30 seconds or so, writing down any last thought points. Finding a good stopping point. And then I'm going to invite you, dear ones, to simply take a moment to read over your columns. Read over your creation and take a moment to reflect on the things that you are creating, that are in creation mode for you right now. And as you're reading through them, notice how you feel. Notice if there are what kind of feelings are coming up. Maybe there's excitement or inspiration or a sense of freshness. Maybe there's a little bit of fear, excitement. And then take a moment to read through your column of maintenance thoughts, reading through the things that you are currently maintaining in your life. And again, as you read through them, notice how you feel. Notice if there's a sense of boredom, stagnation, maybe even a heaviness or a dread, or maybe a longing. Simply noticing what arises. And then moving to your third column, destruction. Reading through the things that are dying in your life right now, the things that are going through the destruction phase. And again, as you read them, notice how you feel. Notice what arises. And there may be dread here. There may also be some fear and excitement. There may be relief. And notice if there were things that you wanted to put in destruction that you put in maintenance. Notice if there might have been items you didn't quite know how to categorize. Simply notice. Simply allow that to be a question for you. So this play requires courage, and I am inviting you to hold this list. I did this for myself not too long ago, and not gonna ask you to share any of it in the chat because I recognize that this is probably quite personal. And the invitation here, loves, is to let this information settle during this sound bath. And as we move into this next phase of our new moon ritual, the invitation is to let yourself be tuned, right? To attune yourself. And simply this list is here to plant seeds in your mind, seeds of comfort, seeds of permission, and seeds of courage. Because once we've written down that something is dying, there's momentum, right? Something is happening. Once we've admitted to ourselves that something is in maintenance mode, there's a newfound clarity around, okay, well, that's only going to last for so long. So what's the rebirth going to look like, right? The creation list, sitting with everything that's in there, maybe you'll get a sense of what the biggest priorities are. Maybe there are things in your creation list that really light you up and get you super excited, and other things that are simply potentials that don't quite light your fire as hot as other ones do. So we're going to move into our sound bath, and I won't say too much about it except that I'm going to be sharing 2 different mantras along the way. One of the mantras is, some of you probably know it, it's called the Gayatri, and it's often known as the mother of mantras, and It's often referred to, I first learned it as the way shower mantra. So I want you to know that, and know that this is a prayer for being shown the way forward and receiving divine guidance, receiving help. And the other mantra I'm going to share is a mantra to the sacred sword that cuts through illusion, deception, karma, negativity, fear. So those energies I want to tell you about so that you can breathe with them and allow them to do their work on you. And again, you don't need to overthink, you don't need to think at all. This is simply a time for you to receive. So I'll invite you at this point to go ahead and lay down, make yourself comfortable. And you can put a pillow underneath your head, a pillow underneath your knees is a nice way to go. And you can cover yourself with a blanket if you'd like to put something over your eyes. And when you get settled, my loves, take a couple deep breaths to relax your body, to let your body sink into whatever surface you're laying on top of, sinking into the earth. It all comes from Mother Earth. Allowing yourself to be held. And we'll spend this first few minutes settling, letting those seeds of ideas around creation, maintenance, and destruction simply settle into your cells, settle into your being, settle into your mind. Trusting that the right information that needed to come through came through. Trusting your courage to write down even ideas that might have been a little bit scary. Taking a big breath down into your belly and a big sigh out. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Breathing, breathing, breathing. trust. You will be shown the way. Trust. You will be shown the way.
Barabandan Bujadan Kandan Teja Prachandan Jyotamandan Baham Prabhan Sukha Santa Karanam Duramanti Dharanam Gelebekaranam Asisaranam Jai Jai Jagakaran Sristi Ubaran Namam Pratiparan Jai Degam 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 Jai Degam
Taking some deep breaths into your belly. Feeling your life force energy. Feeling your chi, your prana. Feeling your breath. Feeling the warmth. Feeling your heart beating. Feeling the creation, the maintenance, and the destruction, and beautiful cycles of nature happening in your life right now. Happening in your body right now. Taking the next minute or so to start to stretch your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling around a bit on your back. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Gently making your way back up to a seat. Little stretch along the way, maybe a yawn or a sigh. Maybe a little sing along. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Good where we've been, good where we're going to. Taking a deep breath and a big sigh out. Another big breath. Give your hands a little rub together. Create some heat, create some warmth. Feel that force running through you. A little faster, a little faster. Feel those molecules moving, heating up in your palms, and then bringing your hands over your heart. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the life force energy flowing through you. Breathing in the energy that this new moon in Sagittarius is offering us. And inviting in the courage to move with nature. Inviting in the courage to ride the currents. Knowing that as we take these steps forward in our lives with clarity around where we are being born and where we are maintaining and where we are dying, knowing that that courage is watering the seeds of our vision, watering the seeds of the vision for a bright, bold, brave world. Thank you for being courageous. Thank you for carving out time to tend yourself this evening. And yes, this is self-care. And self-care is really societal care. So thank you for taking care of yourself, and thank you for taking care of your loved ones and your community through your self-care. Because we have to feel our best in order to be our best, right? It's an absolute delight and an honor to be with you tonight. Such a pleasure. I hope that this proved insightful, and I would love to hear from you via email. If you want to shoot me an email, info@brittagreenviolet.com. I would love to hear how this whole evening sat with you. I would love to hear any reflections you have around what is being created, what is being destroyed in your life right now. And I'd love to simply hold that with you, hold that prayer with you. And I've got lots of delicious things cooking for 2021. And I've also got my newly revised holistic singing course, which is newly available, and I am super excited about it. It's been the labor of love that I have birthed this year. So if you would like to learn how to sing from a completely new, holistic, unique perspective, this course is for you, my friend. And right now, until the end of the year, I'm offering a $100 discount for my loved ones. And you can find that using Save 100 code at discount. And I'll send y'all the link to that, but it's bit.ly/holistic singing. And I've also got some spaces for private mentorship coming up in the new year. So if you are feeling the energy of destruction coming, if you feel that you would like some support from me in some way or form or shape, please reach out to me and I'd love to chat with you about it and see how I can support you. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you for being here. I love you. I honor you. I bow to you. And I thank you for your courageous hearts. Take good care, drink lots of water, and I hope you sleep well tonight. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, loved ones. Blessed new moon. Blessed new moon. Thank you. Thank you, loves. Yes, this recording will be available. I will post it up as soon as I've got it, probably tomorrow, and I will send it out to you all. So if you'd like to listen to it again, you are most welcome. Thank you. Thank you, loves. So good to have you here. Thank you for tending yourselves this evening. Thanks for tending one another, whether you know it or not. Yeah, Jedi Priestess 2021. The ride continues. The journey continues. Blessings, dear ones. Have a beautiful night.